Rust prevention means stopping any rust before it can form on the surface of your bare metal. Doesn't matter if you use a contour SCT to strip down a pickup truck or a media blaster to prep your car for metal work. If you don't protect the metal, it's either going to cause more work down the road, or if totally ignored, it can ruin your paint job. We're going to show you the best way to protect your project, and the best part, you don't need a spray booth, a compressor, or a paint gun. If you already have rust, check the links in the description to watch those videos. There are a couple ways that you could protect from future rust coming back, but ultimately, the best option, especially for something you're going to paint, is going to be epoxy primer. Now, there's a lot of benefits to epoxy, but the most important things are great adhesion to bare metal. Your body fillers can be applied directly on top along with urethane surfacers, and it can be reduced and applied as a sealer that covers well. It can be applied directly onto bare metal or existing coatings, and it is very user-friendly. Traditionally, epoxy is sprayed onto your substrate with an HVLP or a high-volume, low-pressure paint gun. However, we have a roll-on primer system called OptiFlow that allows you to cover your vehicle in primer and protect it from the elements without ever having to pick up that spray gun. R&D manager Mark recently used it on a Datsun project we had, and it went on just as easy as a roll-on primer should.
For our first coat, we're going to use our OptiFlow Epoxy Primer. We'll go with epoxy to seal all the bodywork up because it has great adhesion to both metal and filler. The kit also makes it super easy for anyone to do in their driveway or shop without needing an air compressor, paint gun, or worrying about overspray. The kit includes everything you need to apply, including trays, mixing cups, and rollers. We use the included 2K Aerospray cans to hit all the hard to reach areas and then roll 2 coats of epoxy working from the hood back, panel by panel. Next, we let it get nice and hard for a couple days before blocking with 320 grit. This stage is also pretty rewarding because we get to evaluate how the car is looking in one solid color.
Now, Mark was in the middle of bodyworking that car, but epoxy can be put down before any bodywork is completed. We actually did that on the Datsun before we started adding filler. Like I mentioned before, there's a ton of other ways and other coatings you can use to protect against rust. But ultimately, applying an epoxy primer will give you a solid foundation for any future coatings that you need to apply. For more information on OptiFlow or any other Eastwood products we offer, you can follow the link at the end of the video to visit eastwood.com.